Hello, welcome to Workforce Wednesday. My name is Emily Petnato. I am the Workforce Development Specialist at the Greater Scranton Chamber of Commerce and your host of Workforce Wednesday. Joining me today, I have Sue Philo from Malcolm's Haircutters. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Let's just dive right in. Can you tell me a little bit about Malcolm's, some of the services you provide, and where you're located?
Yes, Malcolm's Haircutters is a company that was established in the early 70s by a man named Malcolm, of course. We have 7 locations across Northeast PA, or NEPA, we like to call it. Our workforce of employees is about 35 to 40 people, including desk support, office staff. Our distribution center / corporate office is now located in Dunmore. That's the core of our salons are located in Lackawanna County. We have 2 in the Wilkes-Barre area, and we have the flagship store in the Mount Pocono area.
And what are the positions you're hiring for?
We're hiring for hairstylists,
Mhm.
licensed, temporary licensed, or currently in cosmetology school. We're also looking for customer service people to work at our front desks.
What can someone that is currently in cosmetology school do working at Malcolm's?
If somebody is at school and they want to get their foot in the door of a salon, we like hiring people that are in beauty school because they can come in and get experience of what the salon atmosphere is like and also complete their hours. They can assist, they can work the desk. We have a lot of people who join us that were receptionists and then became a stylist in the salon. The person gets trained as they are still in school. We kind of follow with the school's curriculum.
Mhm.
And then when the person's licensed, we can guarantee them a chair in one of our stores. So it kind of takes that fear away from a student. So when they come in a salon, they're not just graduating Cosmo school, taking their test, and then boom, they're going to go out and work behind a chair. There's a little bit of an interim with us because we take the time to show them this is what it's going to be like. It's kind of like getting experience before you start really doing the work, which is very comforting to a lot of people that are in beauty school.
No, it definitely is. It has to be hard to cut someone's hair and look at them and make sure you get everything exactly right. Are
Yes,
you
it
looking
does.
for entry level, higher, more experience,
A mix,
mix?
it's
Mhm.
fine. I mean, we do our own in-house training. Our
Okay.
recruitment officer, Michelle, based out of our Scranton location on Kaiser Avenue, she's our recruitment officer and she also does the training. So she has an assessment system of skills where we provide mannequins, tripods, and we test the applicant or the person that we're bringing in to see where their skill level lies. So it's like an aptitude test doing hair. How's that sound? And you kind of gauge and see where the person excels in the different areas of skill level, from cutting to styling, blow drying, eyebrow arching, coloring, highlighting, perming, all of it that they get in Cosmo School. We do the same just to see where the comfort zone lies. And of course, we also sit and talk with them because if they feel they're more comfortable in one area than another, of course, they're going to excel in that area quickly. So
What
we
does the
provide
training
training.
what does the training process entail? Is it a couple weeks, couple months?
It can be as little as 2 weeks
Mhm.
or up to a month or longer based on that person's comfort level. Once a person passes, say, a little criteria test that Michelle and I put together, it's almost like testing them on different haircut techniques and finishing. It's more so to see if the confidence is there. Part of the training also is once somebody is licensed by the state, we can, even while they're training with us, they can be behind the chair working on clients. And that's part of the training as well, because working on a mannequin that does not talk back to you is completely different than working on a live person that is going to talk to you. So it's kind of like walking and chewing gum. You have to listen to what they're saying
Right.
and still keep an eye on the fact that you're cutting somebody's hair or coloring it, and keep your eye on the ball or the prize or what we call the end result for the customer to make them happy. But they get a lot of experience in the Cosmo schools because they're on the floor for almost 1,000 hours,
Mhm.
easily, if not more. So they do work on the public, but we like to do the same just to make sure somebody's ready to fly. And some are gangbusters. 2 weeks, they're natural right out of the gate. And then there's some like myself. I took up to 3 months before I
Wow.
would work on somebody. Yeah, I was very nervous. I was afraid I was going to make somebody unhappy and hurt them,
Yeah.
which was weird because now I don't even blink an eye.
No, I'm sure you don't. As we were speaking before, you told me a little bit about your career. Can you share with our viewers today?
Sure. When I graduated high school, of course, I grew up in a family where my father was corporate America, which is the corporate Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 type of work. So automatically I was going to college. And I was somebody in high school who really didn't know what I wanted to be. I kind of did a little bit of everything from graphic arts to performance and singing. I was a well-known singer in my high school days. So I always thought I would end up doing something different like that. And then I met a couple of people that were physical therapists that worked with people that were injured or rehabilitation. And I fell in love with that. Well, in order to do that, you have to be pre-med. So then my sister helped me because she is a doctor. So she helped me work on all my paperwork for the University of Scranton, and I jumped into college pre-med. Well, I didn't realize that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And when I was more interested in, after working all day and then going to school at night, more interested in bailing on my classes, then I knew that this wasn't something I was going to be able to give it my 100%. So I left college, freaked out both my parents. My mother actually said to me, you know what, you really like working with hair. You're always doing something different with your hair. You're always at our hairstylist, our family hairstylist. She was the best person on earth, Sandy. She was awesome. I went to her since I was a child. So I had developed a connection to her. And even when she retired, she gave me all of her, and they're now antiques probably for how old they are, these styling books from the 60s. I mean, these are things I cherish. So I knew when I got into cosmetology school that this was it for me. I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to give up. And I was going to see this through. This was going to be a lifelong career in an industry that will never go away because we all have hair.
Yes.
And even if we don't, I can treat your scalp. Everybody needs shampoo.
And I'm sure it's very comforting for a viewer to hear your career and how scary it was to get started and decide
Very
college is
scary.
not the right career path, and many people are in this position.
That's right. Mhm.
Back to the positions, can you describe a little bit about wages, benefits, how that's structured for different types of
Sure,
experience
sure.
level?
Hairstylists that join us, if somebody joins us and they're not licensed, they're going to be paid hourly. Hourly is based on their experience.
Mhm.
Our interview process is pretty simple. We'll do a face-to-face, a Zoom, we'll do FaceTime. We're very accommodating to just get that initial interview in. And that's just to ask a couple of questions to see if the person is really interested in being in a salon and knows what's expected of the job role that they're applying for. Um, Somebody joins our company and they're a stylist with a license, we pay commission. It's a percentage of what they're doing behind the chair. We also guarantee wage. And that's because nobody comes to work and works for free.
Right.
So if there's a snowstorm on the day that we're open and we're going to close for the time that we're there, if people don't do any customers because there's feet of snow coming down, then of course people are paid an hourly wage to compensate that. But the core of our company are all licensed stylists, the majority of employees, and they are paid a commission. There's also people in our company that are not just stylists, they're also management, like myself, stylist slash management. Then they can get a salary. There's people, because we're open 7 days a week, in a chunk of our store. Some of our stores are open 5 days a week, 7 days a week, depending upon the volume of people we service and the number of employees in that location. There's people who we call openers and closers. Well, when you close and make a deposit, you get paid to do that. So not only can you make a commission off of standing behind a chair, you can also make a salary by doing paperwork and taking money to the bank. It's a business that requires all these different cogs in the wheel to work together. So there's a lot of different things. that people can do in our company besides just standing behind the chair. Our desk support people can run an entire salon themselves in the absence of a manager, answer the phone, book appointments. They can actually send emails, text messages for reminders of appointments, work with the computer system that's pretty advanced. That's one of my areas that I work with now, the computer systems. There's a lot. We also have a warehouse,
Mhm.
our distribution center. There's an office manager. We have a bookkeeper. We have maintenance people that actually do work in the salons. We have deliveries every single week. So there's a lot of different opportunity there for the right people. Lots of opportunity.
And where's the warehouse located?
We're located on Monroe Avenue in Dunmore.
Okay. And what does somebody do? You have positions available there too?
We're looking for an office assistant person. Yes, somebody who can work with the office manager, Kim,
Mhm.
and answer the phone, be an assistant to the owner, handle mostly phone calls, deliveries. Of course, we get FedEx, UPS all the time. They're open Monday through Friday. That's an hourly job that the owner herself and Kimberly would be interviewing the person for. But yes, we're as the supply and demand kicks in,
Mhm.
positions can pop up. Now with social media, I tap into some of our best people that work with Facebook and Instagram better than I do. And we seek those people out to actually host and run the Instagrams for a lot of the salons. So right there in itself, that's another position.
Yeah.
My position was created too. It didn't exist years ago. It had to be created because supply and demand kicks in.
And as you've said, you've been at Malcolm's your whole life. So you started as a stylist and now you grew into a management position, right?
That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. Started out as a stylist right out of school.
Mhm.
Had my license when I was hired, trained for a little less than 3 months. I worked in our Clark Summit location, which isn't far from where I live. And I was there for years. And then Malcolm approached me and said, we're looking for an educational person. You're great with people. You always help the young stylist when they come in. And you do that because you pay it forward. Because when you're new at a job and there is somebody there that kind of takes you around and helps you find and figure out and remember all that duties that you're responsible for, it's a huge help to have a buddy. We call it a buddy system. We still do the buddy system. I'm still a buddy to people that join our company and to the new managers that we bring in and
Mhm.
anybody new that we bring in. We're all buddies because I know what it's like to be new.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is scary.
Why should an interested job seeker work at Malcolm's?
Well, let's say, that's an interesting question. Why wouldn't they? I look at it this way. I always say to people, if you want to work for a company that knows you by name,
Mhm.
I know everybody by first name, last name. I know everybody's family. I know a little bit about them personally, only because I'm not nosy, but I want to know so that if there's anything in their life that they need to talk about, they can come to me. That's the beauty of being older, is that I've lived longer than other people. And I think that that goes to say that experience is truly the best lesson in life. If
Mhm.
I knew what I knew now and I was 25, well, God help us, because all of those years of experience I can share with people in relation to personal and professional life. That in itself. Also, we're a support system as a company. It's not just about being an employee and coming to work. If somebody is in need, right down to a child is sick, their car breaks down. God, I have people that go through divorce. I mean, when you work with tons of people, you name it, it happens. I go through it, taking care of an elderly family member like I am now. I can relate that to other people and their experiences and give them a little advice and let them know they're not alone. Also, from the standpoint of being behind the chair, when you work with people that have done hair for 25 years, and that is a good sized chunk of our company, there's a lot of people standing behind a chair for a long time. They can help newer people come in and show them you can make a great living and live a wonderful life in this profession. You can. So why
It's nice
not?
to know with so many locations that there are people who all know each other across every
Oh,
place.
all our
And it's
salons know each other. We
nice.
all know each other. We all get together, the managers, we get together and have meetings. The owner goes around to all of her stores on a
Mhm.
regular basis and connects, and that's what makes a privately owned chain unique. It makes us different. And we have built good relationships with beauty schools and banks and car dealers because all of those people are our customers.
Right.
So if I know that somebody is looking to buy a car and I know so and so at a car dealership, I'm going to try to connect the two. I connect people to my mechanic, I connect people to my doctors because it's more than just somebody coming to work. I don't want to use the word that it's a family,
Mhm.
but in a sense, it is. It's a big corporate family, and we look out for each other because you have to in today's world. Look at, this is where we're living, this is what we're dealing with. And it's also good to know that working for somebody who knows and understands the industry is a huge, huge benefit. Our employer, Maria, has been part of this industry for 30, 40 years herself. She's well aware of how salons function and run. And Malcolm himself, when he started, he was a hairstylist. So he knew what it was like to stand behind a chair. So why not?
Is there
You can
anything
earn a great living, live a great life working at Malcolm's Hair Cutters. You sure can. And it's right in your backyard, Lackawanna County, Wyoming, Luzerne County, and Poconos.
it's like everywhere I turn, there's a Malcolm sign
Yep.
in the corner. Is
Mhm.
there anything you would like to mention about the positions that maybe I have not asked or you'd like to touch upon before we wrap up?
Well, we're looking to hire in all of our stores,
Mhm.
part-time, full-time, flexible time. What flexible time is we can work around a swing shift. If a spouse works some crazy hours, I mean, and now people work all kinds of hours. It's not just daytime, nighttime, and graveyard. People work split shifts. People work a half a day and then go back to work at night. It's COVID kind of changed all of that for us. I kind of work when I work, so I
Mhm.
can work all day and all night. And but for us, we'll even bring in people as interns. We've actually offered that to beauty school students. You can come in, see what we're like, and still be in school and work that way with us. I hire temporary help. Maybe people want to come in and only work around the holidays. Well, why not? How many of us had a second job around the holidays? I did
I did. Yeah.
because right. And people don't think that you could do that in a hair salon. But guess what? People who are in this industry know one of the busiest times of the year is back to school
Mhm.
because kids are all going back to the classroom. So guess what? August and September are back to school. August is back to school. So if people want to come in and be a temporary employee, we have a handful of those people and they have other careers. Some of them sell real estate, but they kept their license and they come in and they want to work. We've changed the way that we're looking for people to hire because there's a lot of ways you can work. You just have to tell me when you're available. You want to come in one day a week? I can make that happen.
And that's great that you provide that opportunity for someone to be flexible. It's definitely hard when
Absolutely.
someone
What
has
about somebody
kids,
who can't?
transportation issues.
That's right. Daycare, childcare. I mean, the
Mhm.
majority of people um, that come across our door and in our company are female, but
Mhm.
they're also the person who runs the household. They care for the children. And I know that there's challenges with daycare right now with COVID and just with staffing. And so we work with our employees that have kids. So if you come in and work in the morning and then leave and get them off the bus and then come back for 3 hours at night, who would have thought that you would ever work that way 10 years ago? It never happened. It was
Right.
never even offered. And now today, employers have to be that way. So I say to them, tell me what you want to work and let me see where that need is in one of our stores and we'll make a fit. That's what I do.
So how can an interested job seeker apply?
Oh, lots of different ways. Okay. You can actually go to our stores If you are in a strip center where we have a location, you'll actually see a banner in the window with a QR code. This is a QR code. And all you have to do is scan the QR code with your cell phone and it takes you right to an application. Pretty simple.
That
You
is
can
very
also
simple.
go to our website at www.malcolmshair.com, click on the employment tab, up pops a mini application. The beauty of that application is the minute you fill it out and click send, it comes to me and it comes to Michelle, my recruitment girl. And it goes to our corporate office people. So if I'm in the car, that email is already received and somebody's already reaching out and responding. It's very fast feedback with us. People can go to Facebook Jobs. We actually post on Facebook Jobs. I've also put in ads on Indeed. I've done that, which is more of a corporate. Some hairstylists don't use Indeed, but we do throw it out there. I have posted ads on Indeed. I have done Craigslist.
And I did see you have positions on our job board at the
And on your job board with the
chamber.com.
chamber. Yes, I did that too. Yes.
Well, thank
Yep,
you so much, Sue, for joining today and sharing your
Uh-huh.
experiences and what it's like to work at Malcolm's. I really appreciate it. And I'm
That's
sure
great.
our
Thank you
viewers
so much
do.
for inviting us. This
Of
was
course.
exciting and fun, and I would love to do this
Yes, it was
again,
great learning
live
more
in a
about
salon.
cosmetology industry. If you are an interested job seeker, as I said, the jobs are available on the chamber website, scrantonchamber.com. If you are a member business looking into registering for an upcoming Workforce Wednesday session, please contact me at epetnato@scrantonchamber.com. And we will be on again next Wednesday with another member business. So thank you for joining today. And thank you, Sue, again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. This was great. Thank you, everyone. Come apply. We're hiring.